Hi Sagittarius, how's it going? I hope you're doing awesome today. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and I'm going to be doing a Celtic Cross spread for you today. A 10-card Celtic Cross spread and an extra overall energy card. So this reading is for the month of August. Just take what resonates, leave the rest. It's a general reading. If the messages repeat, I believe Spirit really wants you to get the message, so I'll try and catch that and let you know. Always check sun, moon, and rising signs in case you have messages over there too, just to make it all complete. Some of your cards came out upside down. That just means you're getting extra protection from Spirit. The overall energy of your reading is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this is Taurus energy. So this card is all about anxiety. Anxiety is throughout this reading too. We'll get to that throughout some of the other cards. This is a card about anxiety. It's a card about frustration, procrastination, distractions comes up in your all throughout your reading. Distraction, being distracted. So I would definitely make a note of that. So the Seven of Pentacles reverse could represent bad business, bad financial management. It could represent limited success or limited rewards. Maybe you feel like you're working without results. It's a card of not finishing what you started. Again, distractions, lack of rewards, lack of long-term visions, procrastination, aimlessness. It could be postponed retirement for some of you. It could be could represent a workaholic, a lack of growth, low effort, laziness, anxiety, not putting the effort in, cash flow problems, delays, impatience, setbacks, low effort, a lack of growth, all represented by the Seven of Pentacles. Reversed. So this card could indicate that you've moved too soon and the harvest will not be all it could have been, or it could mean that despite all your best efforts and timing, the harvest will not be as successful. Okay, but keep tending to your fields. Don't give up. You're experiencing disappointment or failure in something. Financial difficulties could be a concern, usually the result of unwise monetary decisions may be causing you concern. Spirit is saying, if it resonates, take responsibility for how you use money. Okay, maybe you're working without results. Maybe there's a lack of rewards, a lack of long-term vision. Maybe you're procrastinating, you're feeling anxious, anxiety. Maybe you're not putting the effort in. And these messages aren't from me, so don't shoot the messenger. I'm just channeling them, okay? They're from Spirit. Feeling impatient, experiencing a setback, experiencing cash flow problems, delays in something. Maybe it could represent giving up easily, or constantly worrying about money, or worrying about your career but without acting. Maybe you have a lot of skills but you don't want to work. Spirit is saying discipline, focus, and consistent practical work is advised here. That's probably why being distracted keeps coming up throughout your reading. So I would definitely make a note of that. I'm just making a note for myself. I think this is very important. And then your, let me just move this to the side. Your first card that came out is the Fool card. It came out reversed. This card represents your current situation. So the Fool is about inconsideration, recklessness, being taken advantage of, holding back, taking risks, being careless, foolish, negligent, absent. It's a card of vanity, apathy, carelessness, being distracted again, okay? It's a card of a lack of fun, a lack of hope, a lack of faith, carelessness. This card is warning you of making a foolish decision. You may be so focused on your future or your dreams that you're unaware of the danger signs right at your feet. Take time to look around you, heeding the signals that may help you make a wise choice, okay? Trust your instincts, trust your intuition. The time for independent action may not be right. You must discriminate between your dreams of going off on an adventure or leaving everything behind and reality. You know that saying, don't quit your day job? It could apply here. That is not to say that what you want to do is invalid, only that you must consider all of the pros and cons carefully. So there's some things Spirit is saying that you don't want to face or you're missing. Okay, so that's something that I would definitely tune into. Okay, the Fool, the Fool reverse representing your current situation. A hasty decision or connection that could possibly end badly. So Spirit is saying, Sagittarius, before you take the plunge, make sure you've done all your homework, okay? And again, pay attention to your gut instincts. Do not take unnecessary chances at this time. And then your second card is the Judgment card, another major arcana, and it came out reversed. This card is all about failing to learn lessons, indecisiveness, indecision comes up in your reading quite often. This is a card about no self-awareness, doubting yourself, self-doubt, self-loathing, a lack of self-awareness. It can represent your inner critic, forced changes, ignoring the call, unwillingness to learn karmic lessons, unfair blame, false accusations. This card warns of hanging on to the past and using it as an excuse not to move forward, or it could mean that you're moving forward, but you're dragging the past with you. You don't want that energy in your present or future. Let that go. Ask your angels and guides to help you do that if you have to. Interior factors are at work, but you have little or no control over them. You might be thinking about making some changes emotionally. And again, Sagittarius, please do not shoot the messenger. It's not from me. I'm just channeling the messages, okay? Emotionally, you may be called upon to grow up. Even if you aren't sure just how to handle what's happening, You must make peace with the changes. The Judgment card reversed could also indicate frustrating delays which have come up already, postponements which have come up already, possible loss or separation, and the need to cope with life's changes. So that'll come up again in your reading. You should maybe make a note of that, I think. Okay. Judgment reversed in your, again, it's stagnation. Something feels stuck. Like you're feeling like stuck, okay? Stagnation, or you're refusing to accept changes. It could represent delays in completion, delays in success, delays in achieving something. This card could represent overdue awakening. Spirit wants you to know that the old ways are no longer working for you. Okay? And then your next message is the Four of Wands. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. This card is about stability. It's Aries energy. It's about fulfillment, joy, harmony, relaxation, pride, feeling welcomed, coming home, prosperity, success, reward, happiness, romance. You have something to celebrate with this card, Spirit is saying. Shared happiness, shared good fortune, being proud of your achievements is what this card could represent. Spirit is saying that you inspire others by gifting them the same treasures and qualities, empowering you with joy. Beautiful. I love that energy. The Four of Wands can represent enjoyable collaborations, a restful break or a vacation. So maybe you've booked something, a little getaway, a little rest somewhere. Good for you. That's awesome. You're enjoying pleasure and prosperity, reaping the rewards you've earned. Your finances are in good shape. You're in harmony with your environment and the people in it. Sagittarius, you've shown the world who you truly are and what you can achieve. It's time for celebration. Okay? This is an extremely positive card. It indicates that your efforts to establish a project, a business, or anything else, however it resonates with you, is successful. Your position is secure and comfortable. Now you can relax and enjoy life. It's a time of respite and rejoicing. Whatever you've been working on is showing good signs of success, so take a moment to revel in it. Celebration, community, family, coming together, home. You're going to have something to celebrate, I think. And then your past card is the Nine of Swords. This card, your fourth card, represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. This card is about nightmares, fear, anxiety, negativity, worry. Some of you are suffering from migraines. It's a card of hopelessness, being overwhelmed with guilt, regret, remorse. Again, Spirit's saying you're focusing on the past. You got to let that beep go. Burden, the inability to cope with life or face life. It's doubts coming up again in your reading. Doubt, having a troubled conscience, being stressed, having insomnia, not being able to sleep, deep unhappiness, mental anguish. So Yeah, insomnia, isolation, making mountains out of molehills is what this card can represent. Maybe this is how you felt in the past. Nine of Swords. Thoughts, worries, guilt, anguish, or concerns fill your mind and create havoc. And now you're not able to sleep very good, and it's making you feel even more vulnerable. Okay. Nine of Swords. Mental stress, illness, distress, fear, anxiety due to overthinking and worrying, which might lead to feeling oppressed. Okay, so, you know, talk to someone, journal it. Okay, this, the Nine of Swords. Shows extreme anxiety, nightmares, tension, unhappiness, and regrets over past mistakes or misfortunes. You're in an unhappy and tense state of mind, whether or not the facts bear out the fear. Thus, the suffering associated with this card may be mostly in your mind. You're troubled by bad dreams or horrible fantasies. Deep-rooted or repressed issues are trying to surface so that you can resolve them. It will likely be very challenging to change your attitudes and beliefs, but it's worth the effort and unpleasantness. 9 is the number of completion. This card indicates that the changes that you're being required to make forecast a better future. And then your immediate future card, what's likely to happen very soon, is the Hanged Man, and it came out reversed, so extra protection from Spirit. The Hanged Man reversed represents what's likely to happen in your life very soon, okay? It's a card of stagnation again, delays again, standstill, being at a standstill. It's a card of indecision again. So some of these messages are repeating. A fear of sacrifice, stalling, a needless sacrifice, avoiding sacrifice. It's a card of impulsiveness, resistance, disinterest, apathy. Apathy's coming up again. Delays coming up again. So the Hanged Man reversed is warning you against selfishness and materialism. You may have neglected your spiritual growth and your unconscious programming or actions, and you're preoccupied with material life. Or it could indicate that you're holding on to the past. Again, I'm making a note of this because I think it's really, Spirit is bringing it up again for you. You're holding on to the past and failing to grasp new opportunities. So some energy from your past, Sagittarius, is still, it's not a good energy and it's stuck to you. You have to do some shadow work, but it's affecting your life right now. You need to let it go, okay? It's enabling you to grasp new opportunities. This card could also represent bad investments, a loss of belongings, and reversals of fortune. Just stop and think and don't let others pressure you into getting involved. This card could suggest that you're being asked to make a sacrifice that is too big, and potentially harmful to you. It also implies feeling confused, as though your world has been turned upside down, making you immobile and unable to take any action. Let me just think for a second here. Confusion has come up in your reading too. So I think that is a big energy here that Spirit wants you to look at. For some of you, you're at a crossroads, but also at a standstill because you're stuck on the material plane and you're neglecting your spiritual development. Denying your real needs could be causing depression, dissatisfaction, or apathy. I think this is a really good message. I'm going to make a note of this. I think this is a really good message for some of you. Denying your real needs could be causing depression, dissatisfaction, or apathy. You feel that any effort will be futile. This is because you're not being true to your inner self. You may be sacrificing yourself because of a martyr complex or indecision. There's the indecision again. It's time to end such behavior and commit yourself to a worthwhile goal that will lead you to your higher good, even if it means turning your world upside down. Okay? And then your sixth card is the Ace of Wands reversed. This card represents the outcome that you desire most in your situation. This is about confusion. This is about experiencing creative blocks. It's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. This is delays again. This is distractions again. Spirit keeps saying you're distracted. Spirit's talking about a lack of growth again, a lack of assertiveness, a lack of initiative, being hesitant, missing opportunities, wasting talent, wasting potential. It could represent being stuck again. When I say again, it just means Spirit is repeating the message. So for some of you, it could represent pregnancy issues, infertility, canceled travel, being too intense, clouded joy, a lack of enthusiasm, being predictable, a lack of direction. Some of you have an idea starting to emerge. This card could represent an opportunity missed or one that should probably be passed on at this time. The Ace of Wands reversed indicates that the process of creating a new identity or the start of a new endeavor is not yet manifested. It's still in the planning stages, so you may experience delays, or you might have to rethink your plans and make some adjustments. You know you have the potential to do something new, but you might hesitate because of lack of resources or a lack of confidence. Sagittarius, come on. My youngest son is Sagittarius. This card resonates a lot with me. Come on. You've got this, okay? You've got the confidence. It's just practice. It just takes practice. Keep doing what scares you, and you'll build that confidence, okay? The Ace of Wands reversed could represent projects and ideas that are experiencing creative stumbling blocks or delays. Spirit is saying, for some reason, you might never know the reason, but things are not likely to get off the ground right now. Like, for example, my youngest son, he's trying to get a job. He's sent out so many resumes. Oh my God. And he has, he has a great resume. He's very qualified. and he's not getting anywhere. It's blowing my mind. I don't understand it. You got just trust. Got to trust that it's happening for a reason. Now you have the Five of Cups. This card is all about regret, remorse. Again, it's coming up. Guilt, grief, disappointment, loss, pessimism. It's all coming up. Your self-image card, how you see yourself. This is Scorpio energy. Mourning, discontent is coming up again. Feeling let down. Relationship breakup, loneliness, emotional instability. You're focusing on loss, some of you. You're focusing on negative emotions, emotional baggage, abandonment, guilt, trauma, despair, regret, change. So, this card shows a time of difficulty and loss, but more specifically, it's about how you're dealing with the loss. Every loss initiates change and is an opportunity for growth. Loss hurts because of our emotional resistance to change. This card represents that moment, but it carries a word of advice. Look at the wonderful opportunity around you and move forward, okay? Again, you're brooding over past wrongs, losses, disappointments, or hurts. You got to let that go, Sagittarius. You're dwelling on a painful past and are refusing to look forward to a positive future. I need you to let that energy go. It's holding you back, is what Spirit is saying. Okay? You got to get it. You got to let it go so you can move forward. You're dwelling on a painful past and refusing to look forward to a positive future. Your unhappiness is a result of your attitude. That's the second time Spirit has said this in your reading today. Your unhappiness is a result of your attitude, which you can change. This is a card of choice. You could continue to ruminate over what went wrong, or you can contemplate how things can be better in the future. Sagittarius, you don't have to be miserable, okay? Disappointment. Spirit knows you're disappointed, but Spirit wants you to know that something good is about to happen for you, okay? You're only focusing on loss. This card symbolizes remorse over previous actions. Something has been lost, yet something remains. You must consider what may be saved. Despite the loss, there are still other options available to you. Okay, and then your environment card, or how others see you in your situation, you have the Ten of Swords, upright. The Ten of Swords, again, it represents your environment or how others see you in your situation. Gemini energy, this is a card of loss again, having a new understanding, having a fresh perspective, playing the victim. It's a card of painful endings, attention seeking, the inability to cope. Victimization is coming back up in your reading again. Misfortune, hitting a wall, hitting rock bottom, being a martyr is coming up again. Betrayal, deep wounds, backstabbing. It's over. This card says that it is over. You've worked at it really hard, but you can't change the situation. There's no fixing it. You'll have to accept that this time it's done. It's a strange moment because you thought you'd feel a lot more pain and distress, but actually you feel calm and peaceful because deep down you're relieved that you don't have to fight it anymore. Okay? This card marks the beginning of the end of a period of trials and tribulations, but it also signifies the start of a new cycle. But again, you have to clear away the debris of the old cycle, and often this process is painful. Stress and exhaustion may accompany the appearance of this card. You need to make a clean break from the past and its attendant pain and suffering, whether it means a divorce, quitting a job, moving across the country, changing a belief system. However it resonates for you, Spirit is saying make the break cleanly, leaving no loose ends. Do away with previous illusions that have clouded your vision, and try not to worry, Sagittarius, okay? Maybe it's a little bit of a control thing holding on to it too, right? It's okay. Spirit is saying, let it go. I can't bring more stuff into your life if you don't make room for it, okay? You gotta let this stuff go so I can send you some more awesome, amazing stuff in your life. Disappointment, disillusion, and false hopes clear the decks for a fresh outlook, truth, and clarity of understanding. Deception, treachery, or stress may lead to physical illness when understanding is lacking. So Spirit's not messing around here, okay? This is a card of completion. It's about deep and profound loss. You may be feeling a loss in your personal life or work. Maybe a part of you has died suddenly, and now you're receptive to something fresh and energizing. 10 represents completion, but also growth on a higher level. Just like death also represents rebirth. So Spirit is saying your lower ego self must die for your higher self to experience spiritual awakening. Okay? This card marks the end of one chapter and the start of a new one in your life. But again, before you can progress, you must let go of the old, outdated patterns of thinking. They are holding you back big time. When Spirit repeats the messages this much, where's my, oh, there's my pen. I need to write this down. Let go. You need to let it go. Absolutely. And then what you hope for and or fear the most in your situation is the 8 of Swords, Gemini energy, talking about victimized again, talking about ignorance, feeling trapped, isolation again, indecision again, feeling pressured again, anxiety again, victim mentality again, negative thoughts again, negative attitude, judgment, entrapped, feeling trapped, imprisonment. So you feel helpless, problems are surround you, you feel trapped. No matter where you look, there's dangers, obstacles, and problems, but Spirit's saying, okay, it could be pretty bad for you, but there is an escape, okay? Escape is possible. Spirit wants you to know. It's your fears. This card represents your refusal to confront your situation. Your inability to make decisions are keeping you imprisoned or are limiting your movement. This is major for sure. Spirit has already talked about this, okay? You need to be brave when faced with problems. You need to face them head on so that you can solve them, so that you're able to, in order for you to solve them, You can't be paralyzed by your fears forever. Okay? You can't. You don't want to live a life like that. What kind of life is that? No, thank you. Eight of Swords, your hopes and fears. This is a big message for you because this is your hopes and fears message. The Eight of Swords, most people, most tarot card readers view this card as an extremely negative card. Again, it's talking about a situation that is causing you great unhappiness, but Spirit is saying you can change matters. You feel trapped, either unable or unwilling to choose. Therefore, you feel stuck in a painful state. But Spirit's saying you're your own worst enemy, Sagittarius. And then your future, if all is to remain as is, you got the Page of Swords. This is male or female. I'm sorry, Page of Wands reversed. Male or female, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. This card represents your future if all is to remain as is. So, laziness is coming up again. Distracted is coming up again. Not finding your passion is coming up again. Self-limiting beliefs. A lack of confidence, instability, indecision, lazy, feeling uninspired, pessimistic, gullible is coming up again, procrastination is coming up again, boring, fearful. So the Page of Wands is someone who's expressing their pent-up and frustrated energy in inappropriate and possibly destructive ways. Okay. It could represent a troublesome youngster who has most likely been neglected. This is someone who's seeking attention to express their creativity and be acknowledged. And as a result, they might behave in an excessive manner. They can be hyperactive and lack concentration as well. Okay. Procrastination, a lack of direction is coming up again. Failing to act, someone spoiled. Abandoning projects, starting on a new spiritual path, this card could represent. A lack of energy, a lack of ideas, a lack of creativity, a lack of ambition, goals, a lack of plans. Again, this card could represent a delay, which could cause some trouble. Something that you were expecting might not arrive on time, or a mix-up may occur. This pages are messengers, so this page might be bringing you a message of unwelcome news that causes some disruption in your life, or it may require you to travel to put things right. This might be someone in your future too. It might not be you, Sagittarius. If this page represents a person, he or she is untrustworthy or conveys false or misleading information. So be on guard, trust your instincts, okay? So that is your reading. I hope you got some guidance or insight from those messages today. That's always my goal. If you did, if you could let me know, I would love that. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you today. This is for the month of August, but whenever you come across this video is when you're supposed to receive the messages, and they're good till the end of August, okay? Thank you, Sagittarius. I'm sending you a big hug. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.